日本時間5月7日、ドジャースの大谷翔平選手の通訳を務めるウィル・アイアトン氏が地元局のインタビューに応じました。インタビューでは自身の生い立ちについて、そして急遽大谷選手の通訳になった経緯や心境などを語りました。また、米番組ファウルテリトリーに大谷選手のエンゼルス時代の元監督、ジョー・マドン氏が出演し、大谷選手の起用法について語る場面も。ここからは、その様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Let me ask you first about Shohei Ohtani. Taking some more days off this year. Dave Roberts is saying that sometimes he'll hit when he pitches and sometimes he won't. How would you handle that situation, Skip?
Well, first of all, nice to see you guys again. Very cool. And the one thing you mentioned about the marketing, the market or large market or small market, I like the large market because of the accountability component to it also. I was good with that. You go to Wrigley Field every day. There's a large level of accountability from the fan base too. And then of course the press, like you said, there's the group within the press that you kind of feel comfortable speaking with and some you're not so comfortable speaking with, but that's okay. It's all a part of the entertainment industry. I had to get that out of the way. However, Shohei, the way I did it with him was we had a meeting in spring training and the rules were there are no rules, meaning you tell me. I've never had a guy that did both since I did it in Little League, probably, right? Pitch and play a position. And so I really wanted to stay out of that. The one thing we settled on back then was that if he thought his legs would tell him the whole story. If his legs felt fatigued at all, we would not do both. But he would tell me the night before he had a pitch what we're going to do. So I'm just curious if this is his idea or if it's the Dodgers' idea. That would just be my take on the whole thing. Because knowing him, he believes that the team stands a better chance of winning on the day that he pitches when he hits. That was his logic. It's pretty good logic. So I'd be curious. I'm just curious to know where that's coming from. As he gets older, it was probably part of the equation, I would think. However, I don't know any of that. So for me, it would be a conversation with Sho. If he's in a little bit of a slump, I would not worry. He needs to get back into left central. When he starts pulling the ball, he gets pull happy, pulls off pitches outside, the slow rollover, et cetera, et cetera. He'll come out of that. So I always like to follow his lead in this situation.
Dave's quote was, "We were thinking about it, but it wasn't for certain." And then I saw body language from him and some of his swings. What do those things look like when you're talking about the best player on the planet and you have to evaluate that as a manager?
Well, yeah, I mean, that comes, like you said, it's individualized regarding who I'm watching and the observation. Normally that would be, I'm just talking about, he's pulling off a lot of stuff, maybe swinging the pitches in the dirt normally, and he'll chase the high fastball too, but it just totally out of character. He looks like he's defeated in a sense. When I say he, I'm talking about any baseball player. I'm not talking about Sho specifically right now. I think that's what you're looking for. I always like to look in somebody's eyes, and you get that blank look about him to the point where he just seems totally frustrated, has no answers. And sometimes in that situation, a day or two would be the route I would go off, like just a day off. And I guess just by pitching and not hitting, that would be considered a day off. But with a guy like Sho, a player that has like a pretty good baseball card on the back, the numbers are pretty solid, and he's still young in the prime, whatever. I would probably, I think pretty certainly I would talk to the fella first. I would not make a unilateral decision right here saying you're just done, you're out. I believe that you need a couple of days off. It would be a conversation. I probably would be very persuasive, possibly, like in my conversation with the player, like trying to get him to want to understand this is best for him right now. It might get to the point if it gets really ugly that you just say, listen, I want you to take a day or two off. But the original concept would be conversational. My observations, I would try to relay them to him. This is why. It's what I'm seeing. Of course, numbers would back it up. But when a guy's got some stature, I would take it a little bit more slowly.
Joe, have you ever told a pitcher to throw at a hitter? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
No. I never did.
Okay, well that's a lie because you threw at me all the time. So that's a lie, Joe. Okay, so at least 5 to 17 times you had your pitcher throw at me. That's fine. I get it, okay?
This month, we're celebrating the contributions of our Asian American Pacific Islander community. You may recognize Will Ireton as Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani's interpreter.
Yeah, but as CBS LA's Rina Nakano shows us, that's only one part of what makes him a crucial part of the championship organization.
Not quite happy with the result.
He's the English wordsmith behind Shohei Ohtani, impeccably delivering not just his words, but the nuances. It's something only Will Ireton can do. He told me about his unique upbringing, growing up in Tokyo as the middle son of an Irish-Japanese-American father and Filipino mother, obsessed with baseball from a young age with only one dream.
I wanted to be a Japanese baseball player.
His talent on the mound landed him an opportunity to play high school baseball in Hawaii. After 2 years at Occidental, he transferred to Menlo College. Just months after graduating as the valedictorian, Ireton was asked to join Team Philippines for the World Baseball Classic to represent his mother's home country.
Was that your first time being a professional baseball player?
Yes, it was.
His performance there caught the eyes of scouts. And at 26 years old, he was signed as an undrafted free agent by the Texas Rangers. But the life of a minor leaguer wasn't easy.
Basically, I was cut from the team. I had to really make the decision on the spot if I wanted to continue playing baseball somewhere else or work in baseball.
He became a video coordinator and a front office intern, where he found a love for baseball data analytics. But with no full-time jobs available, he flew back to Japan, where his sister suggested looking into interpreting.
People in Major League Baseball are always looking for bilingual people, as there were more Japanese players heading into the U.S.
That player was Kenta Maeda in 2016.
Was there an audition process?
Yeah, there was. Yes, there was.
What do you remember about it?
It was hanging out with the family for a week.
It was a match. For 3 seasons, Ireton was Maeda's personal interpreter, but realized he missed working with baseball data. So, with Maeda's blessing, he stepped away from the limelight.
I was becoming more interested in how the Dodgers were developing their young players.
For 3 years, Ireton was happy crunching numbers behind the scenes, until the scandal that shocked the world. New Dodger Shohei Ohtani's former interpreter, Ippei Mizuhara, was arrested for stealing from the superstar.
Basically, I woke up the next day and my job description changed.
He was told to drop the numbers and support Ohtani.
My first instinct was, this player needs help. And so I'm ready to offer the help.
At every press event,
Ippei has been stealing money from my account.
On the field, in the office, Ireton was everywhere. With that came unwanted attention and backlash. His sister Roberta, who worked for the Dodgers in sales at the time, noticed it was hurting his mental health.
Because this attention and I guess fame and recognition came by association, it wasn't about him. So I told him, don't lose your identity in all this. You're Will Ireton.
In March, Roberta helped launch his Instagram page with the goal of connecting and thanking Dodger fans around the world. In 2026, Will Ireton is living his new dream as the Dodgers' Director of Japanese Player Operations and Strategy. He says every experience has led up to this point in his life. He not only interprets for Japanese players, he acts as the bridge between the two cultures. He also continues to work behind the scenes using data to improve player performance.
I've learned to appreciate my AAPI identity. So I think we do have a special gift. We always say kukiyomu, which is like reading the vibe, Like those things are really important in our culture. I realized how much that was a strength in working in baseball.
On and off the field. In Chavez Ravine, I'm Rina Nakano, CBS LA.
What an incredible story.
Okay, so now we know so much about him. We always see him by Shohei's side. What an accomplished individual.
Absolutely. And it's funny, though, because I think you know the personality, because you do see him there all the time, but to get to know him like that, very
He's
cool.
so humble. And he says there's a lot of jobs as interpreters. So if there are any Korean players in the MLB looking for a translator,
specifically at the Angels,
that would be a dream.
Wouldn't it?
All in one.
Okay, let's work on it.
Yeah, that'll be my side hustle.
Time right now.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。 この動画が良かったら、高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただき、ありがとうございました。それでは、また次の動画でお会いしましょう。